We out here, live and direct. About to get crazy, big things, trust and believe, can't wait. Myself, watching TV as a kid, watching these different comedy shows on HBO, like Def Comedy Jam, and seeing it at night at the age of maybe 10 or 11. And I loved it. I think watching people laugh, and seeing people, the enjoyment people got from comedy and seeing people feel good inside, and then when I made someone laugh, how they felt, I'm like, this is a dope feeling, so I want to do this thing more. It became addictive, so that's when I started to really like making people laugh. And then later on, they didn't know it started as a hobby and became a career, So Harlem was tough, Harlem is definitely a tough community, a tough place to come up in. A lot of things going on. I grew up in the projects. Right in front of the first floor, the middle building of the projects. A lot of gangs, drugs, and the typical thing that happens in these kind of major cities. So it was kind of tough to grow up in them environments, but comedy was my way out. But really it was basketball. I played basketball early on, and that kept me out of trouble. And then as I got to college, that basketball talent gave me the opportunity to see comedy, and that was see live comedy, and that changed my life. So went to high school, finished it barely. Then went to college, finished college. I got my BA and my bachelor's degree in marketing management. I used that information and that knowledge I learned in college to kind of help me out in my entrepreneurial journey, and owning things and producing my own stuff and being my own boss. So doing comedy, you gotta, most of the comedy clubs are owned by white producers, white people. So we don't have many things that we own. So we gotta go downtown and I'll go out of our area to get these different things, to get a good show. So, I hated that. I didn't mind doing these shows, it was good shows, but I just hated always going downtown and kind of playing their game. So I said, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna create my own. So for my people in my community. So I started doing that, and it became addictive. I became it became like a fulfilling thing. Like doing the shows in my communities, having the whole community come out and we all laughing and having a good time. And people would come up to me after the show. They would come to me after the show like, Omar, thank you so much, man. I needed this show because I'm going through X, Y, and Z, these different dramas happening in my life, and this show was what I needed. So I kept on doing it, and to this day, I'm still doing it, I'm still doing my own thing, my own way, and I'm not letting someone dictate to me what I gotta do my own thing. Some of the comedians I look up to that kind of helped me envision myself to be a comedian one day. I looked up to Eddie Murphy when I was a young kid. I used to love Martin Lawrence, watching the Martin show, seeing him do his specials, even watching him on Def Comedy Jam. Martin Lawrence really influenced me. Damon Wayans influenced me. A lot of guys like Richard Pryor. It's kind of like every comedian that I've seen on TV influenced me to do this. Even from guys that you might not even know that's not on a big screen or making big projects. These guys still influence me because I would see these guys who look like me on TV, and it was like, wow, that's big. So I want to do that one day. That they all influenced me. Something that the comedians before me did that inspired me to become a comedian. Some of them were just fearless. They would just talk about things that no one else was talking about. They would say things that people couldn't say in regular life. It's like comedians had this gift to just be honest with people and say real things that people really thought, but they couldn't say. And comedians can say it, and people just laugh at it, but sometimes they would laugh at it, and then it would sink in. They would get the jewel. So I love that. I can be honest almost all the time. Whether you think I'm serious or not, I'm still being honest. That's what made me love comedy. I can be honest all the time and be myself and be genuine. I did the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York, which is like a major theater for black culture in America. So I did that a few times. And just doing that show kind of gave me the courage I needed to do other shows. And that's one of the biggest theaters we have. And then I did another show at Madison Square Garden, which is like in New York City on 34th Street, which is like where the Knicks play and all these major concerts are taking place. I did a show there in front of about a couple of thousand people. And that gave me like, this is like, made me feel like I have arrived. That was the time I felt like, you know what, this is the moment, you know? And then after that, it was just doing things in my community that no one was doing. So a few years ago, I wrote a comedic play. I'm not trained in writing plays. I just said, hey, let's do it. So I wrote it out. I had rehearsals, and I did it, and we sold out 4 shows, and they loved it. And I love the fact that you can really have an idea and think about it, then work on it, and then bring it to life. That became my addiction. Having an idea, putting it on paper, and making it happen. That became my addiction. At the Apollo Theater. So some of my worst experiences I had as a comic was, just having bad shows. We all have bad shows. I had a bad show at the Apollo Theater. They booed me as part of the game. They booed the hell out of me in front of my parents. That was really bad. That was bad. But some of my worst experiences in comedy wasn't really on stage. It was just like in life, trying to navigate being an artist and still trying to live life and grow and become a man. So sometimes learning how to like manage my bills, manage my money. I mean, I was homeless at one point. So these things all help. I mean, I'm happy that happened too, because it helped me grow to the man I am today. So some of the things that happened in comedy that was bad actually was good in the long run. I think I performed I did about at least 20,000 shows, at least that. I would say 20,000 shows. I mean, just doing shows each and every day, sometimes 5 shows a day, just doing repeated shows over and over again, open mics, big shows, small shows, and those shows gave me the comfort I needed to just, be able to just be comfortable on stage and not care, and just love what I do. Hell no, I wish I was making money from shows. So most shows, when you're a comedian or you're a new artist, are mostly free shows. You're doing a lot of free shows. You're getting your name out there, getting your experience together. You just kind of like paying your dues. And once you start getting funny, you start getting money here and there. And it's not even a lot of money. You might get $50 here, a $20 bill here, maybe a drink ticket, maybe some food. You're not really getting anything. And the better you get, you start getting more and more money and more opportunities to get money and more shows. So early on, I wasn't getting nothing. I was surviving by, I don't know. I think I could have died. I don't know how to survive. I had an odd job here and there. I worked at the tip agency. Got a little job. I worked in a laboratory one time. I worked at security. I worked doing like opening mail. I worked all kind of odd jobs. I would sell DVDs of my performances to kind of give me money throughout the week. I would borrow. I did a lot of borrowing. I borrowed a lot of money. My family would hold me down sometimes, and that's how I survived early on. Yeah, it was a great feeling. When I did a show with Kevin Hart on BET, it was a good feeling. But think about it, I already knew Kevin Hart. Me and Kevin Hart was in the trenches together before he became Kevin Hart. Everybody know we was doing shows together in New York City. We was doing theater shows, or we was doing shows in little small venues. So I already knew him. So when I got the phone call, it was like, what up, Kev? I do a show, and it was like do a show with family. It was not like I wasn't in awe. It was like, yo, what's up, Kev? That's my boy, kind of thing. That kind of thing. Yeah. So now that I got my name out there and I'm a little more established now, and I'm a grown man, I decided to just kind of do more for my community and just do more things to bring the arts back. Because I feel like right now in New York City, the arts are kind of dying in certain places, mainly Harlem. I'm from Harlem. I feel like the arts are kind of dying here. So is someone got to bring it back. Someone got to do it. Someone got to bite the bullet and try it. So I want to be the person to try it. So I opened a space on 125th Street. We're going to bring the arts back here. We're going to do everything artistic, from comedy to poetry to singing, rapping, dancing, photography, everything. So that's what we're going to do. For a few years, I was doing different shows in different people's venues. And it was cool. I mean, I do a show at the venue, and I would do all the work, and I would pack the venue out, and I would pay the venue, you know, and I would make my money from that, which is cool. But I got tired of doing that, you know. I'm doing this over and over again, and I'm paying this venue a lot of money for this show. I said, you know what if I just kind of cut the middleman out, and I'll become the venue owner, and I do the show? That sound better to me. So that's what my route. That's what I'm doing now. I'll be the owner, producer, and creator of the content and of the comedy and other arts, and no middleman there to tell me what to do or how to do it or when to do it. I'm the boss. I like that. The first show we're doing here is a show my friend Christina is doing a show here on the 26th of this month. She's a new comedian, about 3 years in the game. She said, Omar, as my 3-year anniversary, I wonder, can I use your venue? And I said, you can come out and use my venue. So we're doing a good show, big show for her 3rd-year anniversary of doing comedy. Myself, I'm on the show, my boy Joe's show, and my other friend Brooklyn Mike. We all going to do a good show. It's going to be amazing. I wish you guys can be there. It's going to be a fun show, trust me. Does Michael Blackson, does that count? I haven't been to the continent of Africa. Haven't experienced any African comedy before. One of my good friends is Michael Blackson. I know for a long time, about 15 years I knew Michael Blackson for. Amazing comic, good dude, crazy guy. I'm a big fan of Trevor Noah. I love Trevor Noah's style of comedy. But I haven't really seen a lot of other African comics. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Maybe they can when they come to America, come to New York, they can come do my show. A few years back, me and my wife bought tickets to go to South Africa. We bought tickets to go, but she was pregnant already. And when she was pregnant, I think it's around the same time some virus came out and they wouldn't let her fly. So we couldn't go to Africa after we bought the tickets and hotels and everything. So I would love to go to Africa. 2022, expect to hear a lot from me. Expect to hear a lot about my space. Expect to hear me on the radio pretty soon, and also on a few TV shows. It's going to be a big year. Trust and believe. It's going to be a really big year, 2022. Right now, I got a TV show coming out. It's on HBO Max with Michael Che. It's really good. We're doing another show on Showtime called Flatbush Misdemeanors. It should be pretty cool. I got a few projects in the pipeline that I really can't talk about right now, but it's going to be a good year. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, become your own boss. I mean, write your own story. You know, when you come if you're in New York, come see me at my studio. It's called Thompson Studio. If you're in Africa, when you get here, come see me. Holler at your boy. Follow me on social media at Omar The Comedian, and follow my space at Thompson Studios 125. Once again, at Thompson Studios 125. Check me out, man. Love, peace, God blessings. Right now, we're planning on doing a tour maybe towards the end of this year, maybe Q4 of this year. We're still talking with my management about the certain locations, but it's coming, definitely coming. It's on 125th Street, right between Lenox Avenue and 5th Avenue, right by the Apollo Theater. We buy every train. We buy a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D train, all the buses. We are in the heart of New York City. If you can't find us, you can't find nothing. We out here, live and direct. About to get crazy, big things, trust and believe. Can't wait.